Hello everyone, welcome to the Streaming Ones. We are back, it's August 14th, and we're excited to show you more of issue 12. Who do we have joining us today? But none other than Tilty.
Then whom?
And?
Hi.
It's this guy again.
It's not Josh.
Sorry to disappoint you.
I keep forgetting keep forgetting your name. I just called you not Josh.
It's a good name.
Yeah, good.
Not Josh.
Not Josh.
So I hope you guys can hear us okay.
That actually made you a proper introduction because we haven't, just in case, if you guys don't know us, so I'm Romain Miel, aka TLT, I'm the lead designer of the Secret World. And that guy.
I'm Andrew Riker, the lead systems designer of the Secret World, also known as Mags on the Test Live forums.
That was it. Yay. Alright, so...
But we do have prizes.
Oh yeah, let's talk about prizes
we do have
first.
Prizes.
Start with the good things, so you guys can bear with us. You know,
Yeah, we got some prizes. I'm gonna pop them up on the screen for you guys because I want you to be able to see it. We were giving away 600 bonus points, and we are also going to be giving away a collector's edition of issue 12. So, yeah, you're gonna want in on that.
Comes with a lot of goodies. That collector's edition.
Oh yeah, they always do, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
So nice.
We're nice people. We try to be. All right. I hope you guys had a nice summer. We're gonna go back into doing those streams weekly, and then so starting today, we're gonna talk a little bit more about issue 12, and actually be this time in the client, talking a bit more than just the intention, and showing you what we've got so far. And we'll start right away, I think, with the actual dungeon. I am actually currently on Test Live right now in the dungeon. Wow, that was not what I wanted to do at all. What did I do? This is me being great with so that's a good start, so everybody ignore this. And I will go in the client and stop trying to stream the wrong window. That was confusing. But there you go. I am actually, so you'll see me playing a bit more as a GM this time, so I can make sure I don't mess things up. So I'm currently invisible. This is actually what GM looks like when they're in the world around you guys, spying on what you do. This is how we see the game.
They're not all there.
But let's see. This is the entrance of the dungeon that you saw in the video the last time. This is actually what the first boss would normally be. It looks like I'm in a dungeon we just started, and people have already cleared that first boss. Oh no. On this fight particularly, I didn't want to spoil too much. There's going to be some spoilers, like on one of the fights at least. So if you guys don't want to know anything about it, you can just cover your ears and go la la la. But if you're okay with this, we'll show you how one of the fight works and tell you like some of the interesting mechanics that we have working with Aegis and how the new dungeon is going to work. So this is the elite version of the fight. Of the actual first boss. So we've killed the mini boss and we're on our way to the first real boss, which looks like a fairly big tank. And look at that, I have a team of helpers today, and they're all there, like look at that, they're so nicely lined up.
All ready to go.
This is great.
They're so nice.
Yeah, look at that. Looks like we got prepared. We'll actually be showing off some of the rewards that we have coming up in this issue. So I hope you guys are going, wow.
I like the one in the middle.
They look pretty cool.
Wow, they do look really cool.
We're also showing off some of the weapon skins that you can get in the dungeon as well.
Yep. So we'll do a close-up on all of these weapons. Like they're going to be available on the new thing. So these are the new Orochi with their moving. Oh, he's stabbing himself in the neck. Who is
Those
that?
outfits are awesome.
Cool, yeah. So this is, you'll recognize some of his names. Ebon, like designers. Tithylos, which I'm probably butchering his name. Naismith, you'll recognize them from the forums. Visceru and Neville, so designers and people helping us out with this fight. This actually has a little bit extra. People have been asking for cat ears for a while, so we decided to give a twist to those cat ears, and here they are. Actually, I'm wearing some myself. Nice and pink. It'll be better when I'm not invisible, we'll start showing them. But yeah, so one other thing I actually want to show you, you'll see this group is pretty well prepared in with the Aegis shield that they're using. So it's going to be, so here come the spoilers. So this group is obviously has done this fight before and they're ready. And you will notice that the Aegis shield that they're wearing is different in all of them. And this is part of the thing you're going to want to play around with when you do your group composition, and the kind of thing you're going to want to experiment. It's looking at, based on your role, what shield you should be wearing. A lot of things are intended to be done like in certain ways, so there's experimentation to be had, but it will help you to use the correct shields if you want, if you're supposed to soak in some of the damage. So that was your first spoiler. So this group is set up, and they're going to be ready to actually show you the fight. I'm going to give myself a little bit better angle. This is some of the advantage of being a GM. Actually, I'll cheat a little bit more and target that guy. So you get to see the health. Cheating is what I do. All right. Let's get my team of little helpers ready, and they're gonna do the fight. Here they are. So we got our tank, who just attack the tank. I'll call it the vehicle because tank and tank is
it's a bit
too confusing. Yeah. So you can see those turrets lighting up. They're going to start shooting at people. All of them are trying to destroy the shield on the tank. They got the AG shield down. Turrets are doing special abilities. They're avoiding that. You know, they're getting on the cybernetic shields. So far, so good. And now the turrets are doing something special. And all shields are back.
Oh.
So this is some of the first feedback that there's something special you're supposed to do in those fights. As you can see, so now our little group of helpers has separated, and each of the DPS is grabbing one of the different towers. And actually the goal in there is very simple. The towers have a shield themselves, and they're going to recast the shield on themselves and on the tank at certain times, unless you destroyed all of the turret's shields within a certain amount of time. If you do this, you'll lose this capacity of regenerating the tank. Let's look at other mechanics. You can see the tank right now is actually having it has a pickup mechanic that is supposed to do. They're not doing very good at destroying those turrets right now. Hopefully they'll do better, else we're going to be here for a while. I want to show you the tank mechanics. You will see the big laser in the middle of the tank. Sometimes going to start targeting a random person. There he goes. You can see him targeting this person over there who's now rooted. The role of the tank is going to be to go in there and put himself into the laser, saying, hey, shoot me instead, and then put that laser into like a comfortable spot that is not going to kill the DPS and allow them to survive the hit. And then the thing that we did as well to keep the healer busy, you can see the healer at the end running back and forth, you know, making sure he keeps the tank alive, making sure he keeps the DPS alive. There's going to be an extra mechanic. You're going to see the tank once in a while is going to shoot a beam in the air. And I'm waiting for this to happen. Should be happening soon. He's going to throw a ball like in the air pretty much. It's going to have to be absorbed. There it is. It just happened and it just fell on the ground. The healer is supposed to go and absorb that ball. That ball is going to become unstable after a few seconds. It's going to exploding, doing massive cybernetic damage to everybody in the raid, unless a person with a cybernetic shield goes and absorbs that damage, preventing it to explode. So this is when like the Aegis kind of becomes fairly important.
There's a lot going on. Everybody has sort of role to play in the fight, going around and taking down the turrets and then finally gathering up on the tank to beat it down.
So this is the kind of, so there might be other ways of doing it. You know, this is sort of how we're doing it when we do that fight, but there's a lot of things to think this way. So you can see now, like, my group has finally managed to destroy the turrets in the proper amount of time. And now they are going through the shields from the tank. Her healer is still going to have to pick up the energy bolt, but the tank has lost his way of regenerating his Aegis. So now is a lot simpler. People can just go and start DPSing it down. Wow, this is a new tongue twister for me. Deep-sing it down. I like it. Thank you. Now I speak American.
Oh.
It's awesome.
Oh.
And then you go. So the DPS still have to do their own things, but you know the tank, as you can see, is still gonna have to go and pick up that laser. Is still gonna have to keep aggro on the tank. There's one little extra mechanic for the tank which I haven't really gone through. As you can see, those little turrets on each of the side of the tanks have different behaviors. And the tank is going to try to keep, is going to have to keep aggro around them, and they're going to do extra damage after a certain amount of time, forcing the actual tank of your group to keep moving around that vehicle. And there you go, we've killed it.
Hooray!
Yay.
It exploded.
Woo!
Yay! Let's go back and congratulate them.
Oh,
Look at them doing push-ups and fireworks.
Got
Oh
purple
my
loot.
Oh, nice.
god! And you got purple loot. So actually, well, let's talk a little bit about the loot in this dungeon. So as we said, this is the elite mode, and then Andrew, it's your specialty, loot.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yes, so in the elite mode, you'll have access to the 10.5 blue weapons that we talked about last stream, but you'll also have a small chance of getting purple loot. And then in that case, you'd get the 10.5 pre-made purples that would be dropping in the Nightmare version. And you also are able to get Aegis items. So Aegis items are only able to be upgraded through the dungeon content. So the drops that you get there are the only ways you can get to upgrade your toolkits, upgrade your controllers with the toolkits that you'll get from those bosses.
Nice.
In addition, you have the weapon meshes that we talked about earlier.
Cool. And you talked about the chance of getting the
let's
elite
see.
versions we just got on the loot.
Yes.
As you can see, I was distracted and was not listening at all to what I said.
Their celebration is really...
yeah, that's all I want. I can't process anything with the dancing and the happiness.
So much excitement.
Speaking of excitement, I've got a winner for our 600 bonus points.
Hooray!
Yeah,
Nice.
just picked one out of the hat from
Wow.
the user list. Yeah. So tap 386, tap 836. I'm sorry, tap 836. Congratulations. I will get with you about your bonus points.
Congrats, look at that already.
Hooray!
First prize given out.
Be sure to follow our channel. So you're not following our channel. You need to start doing that, buddy.
We give you things and you don't follow us. God. All right, well, let's move on. So that was one of the boss of the dungeon. As every single of our dungeons, we're going to be 3 mini bosses and 3 bosses. You'll keep going through this facility and start exploring a little bit more. The dungeon has its own story, which obviously is quite interesting. Some new reveals to be had in there. But we're going to move on. We'll let you explore that dungeon on your own when it's released. And the next thing I want to talk about is challenges.
Challenges.
So let's see. Let me actually show you the challenge window. So now this is a lot more than just a mock-up. We actually have a working challenge window, which is very similar to the mock-up. So my skills in Photoshop are unparalleled, and look at how close it looks to the end. So this is how the challenges are going to work. We are going to have daily challenges, as I explained before, weekly challenges, and just the overall completion, which are just there to give you, a little bit of a extra reward for just completing those challenges every day. I'll show you actually how it works. We'll start doing one of the daily challenge, which is today asking us to do a sabotage mission in Transylvania. Hooray!
All right.
So let's see. Clicking on a challenge is going to give us a little bit more information. Complete 1 sabotage mission in Transylvania, besiege farmland, shadowy forest, and Carpathian fangs. You can see some of the rewards that you're going to have in there. 10 black bullions. You're going to get packs. You're going to get both marks and pantheons. We're going to come back on this soon to tell you more about it. You're also going to get XP. It's actually not showing right now. It's one of the little things that we're fixing. And we have 14 hours to finish that sabotage mission, so let's get going.
It's a tough time.
Should be able to. I think everybody will have killed themselves if they spend more than... All right, so let's see. Sabotage mission in Transylvania. Let's go do the Dimir mission. I know he has one in... So let me use some of my GM powers and I should be able to teleport straight to Dimir.
Custom magic.
It's the best
Yeah, Dimir
one.
will, yeah, custom magic that we probably will need was 14 hours. So I was trying to think of one that might be actually simpler to do. So let's see. And if I did this right, I think that will get me to Dimir.
I know the secret to his meat.
Yes. Yes, he's all about sausages.
Oh.
He's my favorite character in
I
the
think
game.
that's why you picked him.
Unconsciously.
Sausage on the brain. That's true. This is
This is
our
one thing we
zoning
have to stop.
conversation.
It's yeah.
Okay. We're
This is
zoning.
great.
Please wait.
This is awesome.
So, I was actually asked if you had a Twitter account.
She's talking to you.
Yeah, I'm
not to
talking to
me.
you.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh, I
you
thought
can't
she
see
was talking
mine.
to you. Oh.
No, you. I know he does.
I do not.
You do not. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Katerina. Maybe next time.
You're so like 2014, like me.
I thought you'd go back to the 90s at least.
No, because I started my account this year, so that's what I was saying. Like I'm trying to say I'm all gone. All right, so let's see. So we have Sabotage Merchants in Transylvania, and let's have a look at our friend Dimir. Actually, going to watch his cinematic. I haven't seen it in some time now. He's a very cool character. Let's see what he has to say.
Maybe we can turn the sound up on that. I don't know. Do you have the sound up?
I don't. Oh, I don't even have to. I
Maybe
don't.
those subtitles.
Time to write your own dialogue. Let's go. Improv.
I don't think you want that from me.
I lost my lens. Where
I
my
can't find
lens?
my contacts.
Have you seen my lenses?
Maybe you can help me.
Yeah, look at that. It does look like he lost a lens. Both my eyes are meant to be red.
I love the Jane's hat though. That's so great.
Yeah. He's a really cool character. I really like him and his mother are very, very creepy. I think it's they're very TSW. I think they have this great kind of like they're the typical like slasher family, obviously. Like the I can't remember the name of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre family.
yeah.
What's the name of the family again?
Don't
The
remember.
Not sure.
oh, I know this.
Oh,
In any case.
Oh. No. Sawyer? No. The Sawyer
There's two
family?
names because they changed them in the remakes. They had I think a different name in the 70s version. Sawyer sounds right for the new remake. But yeah, they're very cool characters, and I think it's like they're very interesting. Usually, even the movies, you know, what led them to this and how they behave. And I love this kind of those guys obviously have the same kind of instinct, you know, very murderous, but they're trying to turn this into doing something good to the society by only murdering non-humans. It's kind of it's interesting, and obviously, like you know, in issue 11, we use that having Orochi, you know, taking a part in this and seeing if they can find a way to market like those products that the Dimirs are making, and it's kind of that's interesting. It would be interesting to come back like 10 years from now and see like a big Orochi factory instead of the farm with
Moving on up.
yeah.
To the south? Go, boy. Sorry. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right, show him away. If I remember correctly, that was a very welcoming message that she was giving us. And let's see, find the entrance to the cellar.
I think they've got some secrets in that cellar.
Just old stuff. No. What are we going to find in the cellar?
Who knows?
Who knows? Click the confirmation. Click the confirmation. Alright, so here we go. Oh, I should probably I'll stop cheating and make myself
Be
non-invisible.
Looking for a sabotage mission.
Because I was about to say, like, those dogs, I remember they being more aggressive than this. The wolves.
Did
like,
you bring
no.
them treats?
It must have been. I think it's my my headphone. That's the stuff I was telling you I was going to show you. Look how fancy those headphones are. Very cool. That's the best way of wearing
And of course you're wearing pink.
hats.
Of course. It just matches
What
his
else?
mohawk so well.
Yeah. It's a good thing I'm not art director.
I think
But they glow in the dark. Look at that.
I think you need to exit.
This is awesome. Hold on.
Because of your
Oh, yeah, it was
because of your
invisible.
cloakingness.
That is right. This is how you break missions, folks.
So, wait, what are you listening to in your
But the
headphones?
thing is, that character, I think in particular, is listening to that weird chicken song
The
from
weird chicken
Korea.
Chicken song.
song. Oh gosh. I remember that one.
If you don't know what I'm talking
The
about,
weird
I
chicken
invite
song.
you to Google the chicken song.
Here, I'll do it for them. Wrong Rollin'? Oh god.
I don't know. It's
It's terrifying.
It's just weird chicken
yeah.
song.
It's a Korean girl doing a lot of chicken noises, and
That can't go wrong at all.
it's really entertaining. All right, so now I'm not invisible anymore. My mission is gonna start solving.
Right.
Let me start exploring the cellar. And oh god, a camera.
You can go for
This
the
is when I get.
unseen.
Why was it a sabotage mission? Like this is when I'm gonna panic, and then
Just
and
breathe.
people are gonna.
Remember the last sabotage mission? That's where we have the tilty noise.
You're right?
Oh no!
That's totally my text message alert for you, by the way. Oh yeah.
I'm never texting you ever again.
Nope. Can't avoid it. Something's gonna come up.
No,
Yeah. I'm gonna make it.
I'll get someone
I'm gonna
else.
make it a customer service.
I'll get
procedure.
someone else to call. Oh, those people I work with, they're just mean. All right, first test done. My heart is racing. This is ridiculous. Like I'm gonna fail. Oh no, I'm supposed to go down there.
Just
No.
believe in yourself.
I believe in you. Unseen achievement.
Oh, there is one. Without dying, being detecting and setting up any traps. Who makes those achievements? It's just bastards.
I wonder.
Oh, there's mine there. I'm going to take this slowly. I don't want to die. I'm sure people are laughing already. Just look at him, like, you can just run through this, but it's the pressure, guys. You don't understand the pressure of performing live like this. Or designer.
There's pressure involved.
Slow and steady. You can do it. I believe in you.
I might need those 14 hours, but I'll do it. If I remember correctly, yeah, there was one guy in there, and I think all the others were bad. And that's the whole binary stuff, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Number
The cell
2.
numbers.
It's a good thing I use binary every day, being a computer
doesn't?
in real life. Let's see. Was it that was cage number 6, right? Who had the prisoner? I've done this quite recently, actually, on my character. I found where the forest blood genie go, into the bellies of deer ghouls. Oh no, then into deer sausages. She says we're only rats, only meat. How can this be? Poor little blood genie.
No.
But I agree, blood genie sausages, yum. Yeah, I think that was, yeah, it's definitely this one. And it is number 6. So now, number 6. So we have 0, 1, 10, 11, 100. 110.
There you go.
Yay, first try.
You did it. He's stuck.
Oh yeah. Release the door to the east block, which is number 7. Alright, so far so good. I'm working for that challenge. And he's stuck already. I don't trust that door. There's something in there? There is someone in there. Let's see.
There's a ghoul. And he's not serving tacos.
Why isn't he a sausage?
I don't know if you could do a sausage taco, unless maybe you ground it up.
I think one day the players are going to realize the sausages sold in London are made of ghouls. But very good in your health, so
That's what's
I think
important.
I can go through there. Ooh, excuse. All right, yeah. So then I can either fight those guys here, right? But I think I don't know if I fight them if I lose my achievement. I'm gonna do the.
I think you might.
Let's do that part, which I might fail at. Oh.
So far, so
Oh,
good.
success. My heart is still beating like crazy.
Follow him.
According to the map, I'm close to the end. If there's no mines there, it's going to blow up any second.
Who knows what traps have been laid for you?
Was there anything else?
Booby traps.
No, I think you just follow him.
Oh my god! I made it!
You did it. You
Very
got
nice,
the achievement
very
too.
Very nice. They're all applauding you. I can hear it.
Challenge complete.
God, I'm a pro! And look at challenges everywhere. Look at that! Oh my god!
See, that was
This
awesome.
is how it feels to finally succeed.
Finally, after many long years.
Let me open up the right thing. Let's open the challenge, and there I went. I completed my first challenge, and I earned my 4 marks of the Pantheon. And you can see that they weren't necessary with Mark of the Pantheon. I wanted them. It's well deserved.
Really well deserved.
For completing that mission, so all of these rewards have actually been automatically acquired. You can see me gaining my Pax Romana, etc. My XP.
So now can we get costume magic? That's not me asking. I'm kidding. It's fine.
No.
Okay, no.
And I don't like you for asking this. Just
I
so
won't
know.
tell you. I won't tell them who asked. So he can't.
So there I am with my Mark of the Pantheons. Alright, so let's talk a little bit more about those marks and how they work. So some of the I'll tell you about the marks themselves. So and the token revamps. I think Walt's win there. So as you know, we're changing the way the Black Bullion works. We're now going to become a more generic currency. It's going to be rewarded simply for completing mission. Actually, if I send my mission report and make my screen a little bit less cluttered, you will see just completing my mission is now giving me 6 Black Bullions. So this is going to be a normal currency that's going to be used for everybody to try and help everyone to reach up to that 10.5 minimum gear, which is, after issue 12 comes out, is no longer going to be the best gear in the game. So we're trying to make sure everybody will be able to reach that 10.5. The people who are already 10.5 will definitely be ahead of everybody else and be able to start tackling the new challenges right away. But everybody else should be able to slowly start getting this gear. But the good thing about the bullion is it's not only going to be used for a personal progression. You'll be able to use them to buy any of the kind of the social gear you'll be able to get from the sequin vendors in the past. You'll be able to start buying augment related things. You'll be able to start buying PvP related gear and all this kind of PvP gear is now the same as. But you'll be able to use this one currency to buy most of the gear we have in the game. the Mark of the Pantheon are meant to be a rarer type of currency. They are not only like the Black Bullions, because you are not only going to get them from doing raids and Nightmare dungeons. You will get them from doing some challenges. You will still get them from doing Nightmare and raids, which means like hardcore players will be able to acquire them quickly, and hardcore players will be able to reach the cap of 200 or 240 for subscribers a lot faster. But the casual players, we are going to start getting those currencies, and that's where the challenges comes in. And I know there's been a lot of feedback on the players, like on Tesla, particularly the more hardcore, thinking it was kind of unfair that they no longer had a currency which was just for the hardcore players, and felt like the more casual people didn't work hard enough to get this currency. But one of the things I want to say is like the goal of the Mark of the Pantheon is not really to start pairing people and having like these are the hardcores and these are the casuals. We want everybody to progress in the game, and we want the hardcore to be rewarded, of course, for being I'm going to say stronger players and piss off other people in the stream, but for being players who play more and going to do some of the harder dungeons, we want them to be rewarded by the speed at which they're going to gain those bullions. Something you need to realize from the data that we have is 240, like even though it might sound like a small numbers for people who play several hours a week, for the casuals it's insane. Like most casual might be able to earn like 40 marks a week, maybe even less. So they're really going to progress a lot slower than you guys. They're going to be able to, but the good thing is like they'll still have an incentive to keep playing the game. They'll have a way to start earning those billions, which means 6 months from now, when they finally are able to buy a few PCs, if they decide to start tackling some of the harder challenges, they'll be able to buy some piece of equipment which is going to give them a little boost, which means for you hardcore in a group, you're not going to feel like you're carrying someone so much, because they're going to have a little bit of gear already, because they played the game and they did normal activities. I know the people are saying like it seems really weird that you can complete like a Fistful of Zombies in Kingsmith, and get 4 marks of the Pantheons, but 4 marks is nothing, and people are still relying on getting the challenge, the daily challenge being do an action mission in Kingsmith Town, like or in New England, in order to do that mission. As you can see, like my challenge today was to do a sabotage in Transylvania. I'm sure you're gonna do a sabotage mission in Caden, who's gonna get up people, flipping tables and everything.
Oh, I don't want to interrupt you, but your left window, UI window, can you move it down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's under the cam.
Oh no.
Yeah, they can't see it for your pretty faces. There we go.
Sorry. Professional right there.
Oh, you got it.
So there you go. So this is the new token window. So you will be able to see those amounts, the amount you can get per week for the Mark of the Pantheons, and then the actual cap. This is like the anti-hoarding cap. So as you know, like the Black Bullion is also getting a cap, but the cap is actually it's only there to prevent people, I want to say, to get too much bullion so that we can never use the currency ever again. Because if we decided to say, no, this is a whole new set of gear we want to do for Black Bullions, and people are able to on day one say, cool, I'll just buy everything and not do any of that new content, which is, it's a way for us to reward people. We don't want people to get the reward before they actually do the content. So now we're going to have a system in place for the future that is going to allow us to keep Black Bullions forever. But as a player, like the cap, the only difference is like you're going to have to start spending it. You won't be able to hold it that much. But as soon as you spend it, you can go back and still do those activities and keep gaining those Black Bullions. So it's, in that term, it's not going to change that much, like the normal behavior part that you'll have to actually spend more commonly.
You can gain as many as you want as long as you keep spending them.
Oh, you're so much sexy than I am. That's good.
That was the brief explanation.
Yeah.
Spend
Short version.
Spend them, they get
I'll
more.
have you into unfrenchify the Americanized.
Earn,
What Tilty said in 10 minutes.
Repeat.
All right, so that's it with the challenges. You'll see the overall challenges. So for me, just for completing this one, allow me to get that overall challenge. You just get me like some extra packs. So there's just an extra way to get money for you for anything that you complete. You'll notice some of them as special rewards, like completing 25 challenges has a very special reward. So every week you'll be able to get an extra satchels of trials. We'll give you like a little incentive if just to try and if you guys wanna like those challenges and want to do them. one of the things about the marks actually I wanted to say as well is like there's plenty of choice with the dailies and the weeklies. The total amount of marks that you're going to get from the challenges is a lot higher than the cap, which really means like you do not have to do all of these challenges every day and every week in order to cap. If all you're after is the marks, you'll be able to say, if you really don't want to do those missions, or if you really don't want to PvP, or if you don't want to do scenarios and all those things, you can just say, well, I'm not doing this one, and you'll still be able to cap it by just doing a few activities from them. So. And then you could also just not follow the challenges at all, just do whatever you like, and then some days you'll be lucky that it will sync with what you do, and then still get those marks and extra rewards. So yeah. I hope you guys will enjoy this. And let's talk a bit more actually about tokens. I think there was a few more things we wanted to talk about, so the PAX currency and all those things.
Yeah, so as you've probably seen on the forums a little while ago, we posted what our conversion rates are going to be and how, when we convert all your tokens into bullion, how much PAX you're going to get out of that. We took those numbers based on having like the whole economy of the game, like seeing how many black bullions and other tokens everyone has, how much PAX everyone has, and tried to gauge what our PAX per bullion value will be based on how much inflation we wanted to add to the economy. Because basically now taking all these tokens and putting them into bullion and then changing them into PAX is going to add a lot of influx of money to everybody in the game. So that's how we originally came up with our number of 200 PAX per converted bullion. But
so it's like 2,000 really
basically,
in reality.
Yeah. 2,000 per current bullion on live. So if you looked at your character sheet now, each bullion there would be converted into 2,000 PAX if you exceed the cap.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, so it was important for us. It's like it's the economy. When we do something which is as drastic at this token exchange, like we can't, like we really want to reward people like for having played the game for so long and for having been able to get those cap. We didn't want to just delete it and say, okay, well, sorry guys. So it was important for us to try and find something. We say, like converting it to PAX and giving a warning about it was the best thing to do. Finding this amount is difficult, and always adding billions to the economy. And when we're talking about several billions of PAX that we're adding now to the economy, is having like a massive toll. And of course there's going to be some players who are going to be more well off than others, but it's like it averages out something okay. But we went back and looked at it, and we didn't want to have a too large inflation, like only a few percent inflation really going in there, so it didn't affect like the auction house and everything too much. But we went back and we did revise those numbers. We looked at a lot of comments from players or people who had like some very good points. It took them 3 years to get all this, like they didn't really expect them to go that way, and sort of I came to a point that maybe we were being slightly too conservative. So we went back at it and we decided to double the amount of billions we were going to get. So now every billion is going to be worth 400 PAX. So after conversion, 4,000. So whatever calculation you've made right now, you can just double it, and then this is the amount that you'll get, which means of course for us is going to be twice the billions that we're adding to the economy. I'm really hoping it's not going to have too big of an impact, because it will definitely inflate some of the prices based on things happening. I'm hoping that some of the other changes, particularly the changes we're doing to layers, because we know like the most expensive pieces usually on the auction house tend to be signets, like signet lacerations in particular.
Everyone wants one.
Everybody wants them, yeah. I'm hoping that now, like purple signets, like going to start being easier to get with the changes to layers, which will show you in a little while, and hopefully it will stabilize the auction house again. But you guys will need to give it a few months. I'm sure it will be crazy in the first few days until people get used to all that extra cash. And don't spend it all at once.
I do.
And don't either days.
I do have a few questions
Sure.
thrown at us. Will the challenges be a set goal that have to be completed, or will they see changes every day?
So let me reopen it and not fail at it. Let me just use the menu. It's going to be part of the menu in there. There you So the weekly challenges are always going to be the same. Every week you can complete like the first 15 missions that you complete will give you so 10 marks of the Pantheons. It will give you 30 black bullions, 20,000 packs, and some XP, which is not showing right now. It's given out, but it doesn't show. You'll be able to do like the first scenarios that you do where you obtain at least silver will also give you some rewards. You will also be able to get an extra augment with a guaranteed blue at least just from doing this. And then it's going to be the same, actually getting a win in Eldorado and Stonehenge, like the dailies for the PvP, just ask people to participate, but as soon as you're going to win one of them, at least you'll get like your weekly challenge completed. There's going to be doing lair bosses, they're going to be doing elite dungeons, they're going to be doing nightmare dungeons and doing raids. So these are always going to be the same. The daily challenges are going to change every day. So you can see there's 14 hours left. I think it changes like in the middle of the night, Eastern time. But every day was they're going to be randomized, and you're going to get, so you're always going to get like a PvP type, a dungeon type, a mission type. But these things are gonna randomize. Today we had to do sabotage mission in Transylvania. Tomorrow might be action mission in New England. Tomorrow maybe like doing Stonehenge in PvP and all these kind of things. So look at it every day and see what you have to do. And as the game progresses, when we add more things, we'll add more challenges like related to what is relevant to the game as well.
There's a lot of questions about mission lockouts in relation to doing challenges.
If you are locked out of a mission, you won't be able to do it. No, of course, but we try to make sure that all of the missions. For example, doing sabotage mission in Transylvania, any missions will work with this. You're never going to get like just do that one mission. So there are like 6, I think, without counting
there's enough missions to cover.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
So you should be able to have choices. Like even if some of them lock you out, you might not be able to do it. And the same daily, I think, cannot come up twice in a row. I'll have to double check this one because we went back and forth.
I think so.
Yeah.
So now this was not a question I thought of before, but someone's asking who asked that question? I'm gonna see.
Yeah, give me a name.
I thought it was a good question. Lots of scrolling. It was Actual Kali, TSW. A lore question about PAX. Is PAX used across the entire world, or is it just available to the secret worlders? Yeah,
it's a secret world currency. It's it was put in place by the Council of Venice.
That's cool.
And it's their own currency.
All right.
There's actually a mission I think will give you dollars in the tower, but it's like good luck. Like it's a useless currency.
Can't even buy coffee. What's that about?
No, or you'll be able to if you get out of the secret world zones. Maybe they accept dollars there. So there you go. But let's move on. I think we talked about tokens. We wanted to show you actually a little bit of how this is going to affect PvP. So let me go to Fusang, and this is when people are going to laugh and laugh.
You better use the defensive armor.
Yeah, I was like that one. All right.
The new equal footing should help you survive a little longer.
Yeah, I hope there's no players in there. I know, like we sort of set it up with a few colleagues. If any of you kills me, there will be repercussions. Just saying. AoE, account ban. That should be an ability from a GM.
No.
That doesn't sound good.
Nothing good
I would
can come of this.
use it. All right, so let's see Fusang. So Fusang, I think, had because of the currency revamp and the way Fusang worked originally, and the way rewards were given out. I think it's the one that had one of the biggest change. And I'll let you talk a little bit about this.
There were a bunch of changes to Fusang, mostly because of the currency revamp. But I think we've implemented a new system now that still kind of keeps the spirit of Fusang of, constant action and an ongoing battleground in which you can constantly have something to do, objectives to achieve, and like things to take from your opponents and people to fight and kill. So the way that we've done that now is through a rotating mission system. So every 5 minutes, a new mission will appear in the animal wells or in the starting areas of your faction, normally where you'd have seen the missions before. It'll change every 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it will be a different mission based on killing someone, killing people who are wearing reinforced armor, or killing people who are wearing some of the other outfits, or destroying some of their turrets, taking facilities, or capturing animal wells. They're rated on 3 different difficulty or complexity scale, not really difficulty, just the amount of work that you have to do. So like a simple capture animal well mission might be to capture 2 animal wells, but the hardest one, the most complex one, would be to capture 6. The complex missions will award marks of the Pantheon, so you have a method of getting those through PvP as well. And yeah.
Yeah. Well, so you actually saw me in there, so I actually had some mission already spawned from trying it earlier, which is a good thing. So you can see those mission, like you can stack them up, and it will give you a little bit of a goal, so you can start earning those new black bullions. And as we said, so those missions are changing every 5 minutes. Let me go and I was about to say let's go and kill people, but I think I'm going to go and get killed because that's how good I am at PvP. So Fusang is really, so this is like step 1 of doing or making this type of reward working. We have actually a lot more planned for PvP, as we mentioned earlier. We wanted to make sure we had something here, so that the Fusang at least still worked while issue 12 comes out. We don't want to break the entire thing. So this is something that really is going to give people like that old feeling of a tick-based rewards. Apart that it's going to be more, there's going to be more guidance, there's going to be more things to do. We've actually also done a big improvement in there of killing, because we've done so many like kill X players. Now you'll it's no longer the kill shot. You can see I already killed this player even though I didn't get the kill shot. It's actually going to be based on just participating in combat. Is going to help you out. So that should make those kind of mission like slightly easier for everyone. As long as that means like even healers will be able to actually you won't have to be as aggressive. I don't know who you are there.
Whenever anybody in your faction gets a killing blow on someone, everybody nearby to that player who did the killing blow will get credit for the mission.
Getting in the face.
He gets really into PvP.
Yeah, and as you know, I am terrible at multitasking, so now I'm going to be sticking my tongue out. Why is there now the dragon? I'm sure this is what this scream has been said many, many times.
Question on live.
Oh, no, I should have.
So yeah, the other changes will be to El Dorado and Stonehenge. Winning in those those minigames will award a mark of the Pantheon, and participating in that will give everybody an equal Black Bullion award. So close to dying.
I know.
Hiding in your base.
Yeah, save me, Naismith.
There's another dragon.
Save me. Where am I? Defeat 8. 3 out of 8. No! Go away. Alright, but so you can see, so we're gonna have those extra missions. I'm gonna stop dying. Haven't died yet. Actually, I'm gonna leave on a high note. Let's see if
Get him!
Don't even think about it.
Oh, look, someone's already looking for you.
Yay! So you can see actually the mission has already changed in there. So help defeat 600 rated. So I would be able to grab. I already have 3 missions, but I'll be able to actually swap those missions at any time, or just add to what I've got if I don't already have 3. And as Andrew mentioned, you will be able to see both simple, moderate, and complex mission. Obviously, like doing the complex mission will be more rewarding. And you can just do the ones you want, and it's always going to be worth checking out within MRL and see what happened, if it might be a mission which might be more suited to what you actually want to do, or if you're going to try to be super proactive and really, really stacking up on these missions. Yeah, and I think that's about it for PvP.
More in store in the future, though, for PvP. This is just the first step.
Yeah, issue 13, this is when we have like big plans for PvP, so there's going to be, it's not only a PvP issue, of course, but this is when like there's a lot of things that we've wanted to do with PvP, and so we're stacking them up for that particular issue, and I think that'll make things a bit more interesting, and hopefully there'll be a bigger incentive for everyone to start joining and have fun, because it's actually, despite me having my heart beating and trying not to die, it's actually quite a lot of fun.
I can see it from here. It's just throbbing in your chest.
Oh no.
Make him self-conscious.
Next all an armor. Okay, well, let's see. Let's move on with this, and then the next thing I wanted to show were layers.
Ooh. The new layers thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, actually. So, was there anything else on PvP? I think we had everything. So let me try to do my GM magic that I'm trying to remember. What I'm trying to do, yeah.
I like how he looks at me like I know what he's doing. I got nothing.
I tried, I'm looking at Laurie for
GM.
help, and all I get is
It's like
nothing.
I have a weird
On
question
your
for
own,
you.
mate.
I have a couple weird questions. So, the burst. This is not related to anything, but I did not know this was happening. Apparently, your hair disappears when you whip people. What was the use of the whip? What is that about? Do we not know what this is? I guess we didn't know this.
It's funny though, knowing how the whip is implemented. I do have some ideas as to why this could happen.
The whip baldness issue.
The whip baldness issue.
The hair disappears every single time we use. Well, I'm kind of curious what whip they're using. Like, is it?
Yeah, because I know I use a. Well, that's gonna sound wrong, but I use a whip on my character on live, and I haven't had the issue. But I use whip and rocket launcher.
Well, I guess I'll just go do some investigation.
Yeah,
on whip
please.
later.
That'll be good. Yeah, we'll have a look into it.
Right.
It's kind of it's good.
Oh, this is a neat looking area.
Yeah, so here we are in so for the more observant of you, you'll recognize.
This is your trusty team.
This is my trusty team. Look at them. They follow me everywhere. This is.
You're so lucky.
I think if I jump, they'll jump. Lemmings.
Wow. No. Respect just.
I love you guys. I love you guys. So here we are in the lair in Egypt, and we wanted to show you some of the changes that we've done. So as you know, let me actually talk to you about the raids briefly, as we mentioned. So we're adding two new raids. We're adding one new raid to issue 12, so which is going to be the return of the birds of the 0 point pathogen. And we're also removing the Eidolon of the Outer Dark from the lair progression. You're going to be able to enter that dungeon just on a normal timer, the same as the unutterable lurker. Like, I'm going to ask Josh to start calling our monsters like Bob, Jim, and it's so difficult for us Frenchies. But yeah, that monster is now gone from this raid progression, from the lair progression, but we didn't want to make the keys to just remove those keys. So we changed the way those keys work, and we're going to show you actually how they behave right now. So I farmed a lot to be able to kill my regional bosses, to be able to get everything, and to get my key. I did not use any GM commands at all to get it directly. 100%
legit.
And and I got one of my key. But let's actually, so one of the things you'll need for this is you're going to need a minimum of 8 people when you're ready. And these 8 people is really to start showing you that this is a bit of a stronger challenge that you're going to see. So something which is going to be even harder than the regional bosses that you get, like the actual guardians. So we had our group of 5 earlier, and now we have a few extra players who actually joined us. As you noticed, like some of the armors that we had earlier, you've noticed like kind of the dragon version of the Panoptic Core. We actually have a Templar version of it as well. I'm not going to tell you where they come from, just because I don't want to, and I'm mean. And I just won't let you like to discover all of them. All of these outfits you're gonna get, like, you know, I think would be spoiling too much. But all of it will be available in issue 12. And this is like the Templar version. You can see the colors are a little bit desaturated, but that's because we're in a layer. Like, you know, it's a normal effect, normal layer effect, and we go to them. Totally Drivek helping. So you recognize Drivek, totally helping. She's obviously a smartass. Australian, sorry, I mean she's Australian.
Wow.
Jeez.
Totally helping. Who calls the character totally helping? She should be gladly helping. She should be tilty forever. There you go.
So I got a question about in order to do the new dungeons, will that require issue 11?
You do not need issue 11. No, you can just enter the. So what we've done is you'll be able to access the dungeon straight from Agatha. There is a little bonus into having issue 11 and accessing it from the lobby, just using the elevator, which is already there. You'll get the mission and everything, so you'll get this extra thing. But if you don't have it, you'll still be able to go into the dungeon. You'll still be able to get all the loot, and you'll be entitled to the Nightmare Dungeons of issue 12.5. You'll be entitled to the second dungeon coming out in the second part of issue 12. But in any case, let us do some summoning and see how we fare. And yes, one day I will clean up my inventory. But this is one of the summoning ritual. And you can see this ritual slightly different. We're infusing this with anima. Yay! And then Big Boss became big. Even bigger. So this is some of the changes that we have. So some of the mega bosses that we already have casualties, great.
He's tough.
But so the intention of his bosses is really to try and allow players to see, like, when you feel like a mega boss and you feel to do some getting some help from the server. From everyone on your server, you'll be able to farm this boss and tell everybody, you know, what I would like to see ideally is people coming in Agatha and saying, oh, okay, we're gonna summon so and so, you know, in Egypt, join us, and then everybody will come and participate. You can see the health dropping pretty fast. I mean, that's because we're cheating. They're going to be around the same as the golems we do in the anniversary of this kind of thing. So balance for for having like a few players in there. Some mechanics, you know, that people have to do. Avoiding, like, as you know, like, we've reduced the maximum amount of players participating in those playfields, so, you know, to try and make sure you don't get too bad frame rate doing this. And then I think the reward is going to be the most interesting thing about those guys, because, so, same as the Eidolon that we had earlier, the group who actually does the summoning will get guaranteed purple signets. Three, a minimum. So this is like for the 10 people in the raid who are going to summon it, they'll be able to sort of share this reward. But on top of it, because we wanted to give an incentive for everybody who's going to come and help, you're going to receive an extra mission.
Just like
that you can see right now. I just got, which will give me a personal reward. It will give me an extra chance of getting blue or purple signets on your own. For the people who actually do the summoning, they will get both, like I just did. You know. So we got this this loot, and let's see what dropped. Interdiction and reinforcement. Laceration.
No laceration. No.
So
let's do it again.
The keys that people already have.
Mm-hmm.
They will convert and be usable in this manner, like, or will they have to collect new versions of those keys?
It's a very good question.
The old summoning ritual parts, like the heart, the head, and the hand, will now, when you combine them in the crafting inventory, give you a new item, and that new item will. But when it's used, it'll spawn an item that will give you the like the item that Tilty had here to summon the Egypt one. one in Solomon Island, and one in Transylvania. It'll be a random one each time you open that. So any of those 3 parts, the new crafting recipe for those will be converted.
So there you go. And here's my own special rewards. Let's see. Where did you go? There.
What is the minimum amount?
Wow, I won everything.
Oh.
You got
And I got a
liquidation.
signet of liquidation.
So the minimum amount of
Table
people
flip.
required to do this?
8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. So 8 to do the summoning. I mean, you can have more obviously in your group. So in a at least you should have a full raid, like just 10 people going in there, like doing the summoning. And afterwards, anybody else can join until the zone fills up. And that will be this for the layers. All right. Well, let's see. I have a group of very
happy people.
very happy people. This is what developers do. Whenever we fix a bug, we do a little dance.
I've seen it. Dedro had a question about bullions versus MOP mops.
Mm-hmm.
We know that bullions can't be used to buy mops. Like there's no conversion between the two
That's
directly.
right.
You'll be able to buy things that are bought with MOP that you cannot buy with bullion. Is that?
That's right. There's a
Okay.
unique vendor
Right.
for MOPs, and they're
So-
mostly going to be used. MOPs are going to be used to start upgrading your gear from so from 10.5 to 10.6, 10.7, all the way to 11 with the upcoming patches. I'm getting the hiccup and I'm trying not to have hiccups. It's great. So the mobs and this is the limitation you're gonna get into, like the amount that you can upgrade every week of those species. But one of the things as well that is not to be forgotten, because this is something that is not really part of TSW right now, it's actually the reward you're gonna get from the actual Nightmare Dungeon is gonna be a lot better than what you currently have. One of the things that we've seen is currently a lot of people doing Nightmare Dungeon. You are really only doing things for the marks that you're getting, because ultimately they give you better rewards than what drops. And so what we wanted in there is actually we wanted to start making those drops better. So you're going to start seeing, like, even though it might take you a little time to start upgrading all of your 10.5 to 10.6 and then 10.7, like in issue 12, you will be able to actually guess like 10.6 species from the bosses in Nightmare, and there won't be any cap on this. Like, it's going to be the luck of the draws, but you're able to repeat the fights. As you know, the dungeon no longer have any cooldowns, which was the way we were limiting progression before. So now you can just repeat the dungeon as long as you like them, and start trying to gear up still, like in a first step, until you can replace that piece with the custom piece that you might prefer overall, because it's more customizable. Well, aren't they nice? This is what I get every morning when I walk into the office. It's in my dreams. I'm gonna making a new thing. Apart from Nerval is face palming, so Nerval, you're fired.
Wow. You're so harsh, banning people, firing people.
So what I do,
There's no middle ground.
What?
we should have an episode of The
Too
Apprentice in
Too much
Funcom
power.
The Apprentice.
No. Oh gosh. Does that mean you're gonna?
And
let
I'll
it
use
go?
my whip and I'll lose my hair. There you go. And we went into a full circle. That would have been a great way to end, but I actually have more things I wanted to talk
I was
about.
gonna say, can I walk out? I'd like to walk out right now.
Aww.
Aww.
Okay, so let's move on. Talking about a few more things that we had coming in issue 12. So as we mentioned earlier, we have raids. Some of the outfits you see in front of you might be coming from raid rewards. Some extra things you're gonna get. Actually, why am I failing so hard? We actually have some. I wanted to show you this little guy. A new little reward that you can get actually from one of the raid, the albino drag lord puppy. This is cool eyes. So a new little pet you'll be able to get from raids.
He does backflips.
He does backflips. Does some cool little things. Let me show you. Actually, gonna show you that guy as well.
Oh, I like this guy.
This guy is it's the collector's edition, if I remember correctly. Pet that you can get in there. Might or might not be a boss in the dungeon. But it's a cool little mech scorpion that we have. And let's see in raid. So actually, some of the things I mentioned previously as well is the social window, the changes we've done to the social window to try and make people want to do it a bit more. So let's see how it works. So you can see now like the social window, which nobody is using yet, because we're on test live with just us, and you didn't know about this. But let's say I want to sign up. I'm going to get an option now to say like, so I already have a group of 8 people. So let's say we need 2 more people to start doing a raid. I'll be able to say, I'm looking for an extra tank, an extra healer. What I want to do is a raid. If I want to do a raid, let's say we're going to do the New York raid. There's no difficulty. And then let's say be good. And then be able to join in, and then people will be able to just click on my name, like send me a message saying, I want to join your raid. I want to do New York, and I've done it before. So the kind of things that people will be able to start putting messages and be able to start, when you play the game, looking at it and looking if there's anything which might be interesting to you. And hopefully people will start, with being able to have more information in there. I'm hoping people will really start using it, and it's going to be a lot easier than just, trying to stay in Agatha and spamming the same message over and over again. So yeah, you're going to be able to still playing, whatever you want. You'll be able to do your missions in other playfields, and then people will be able to to just join in at any time. So maybe have a cool stuff that we've done in there is because we know like you as a community, you like to do a lot of very cool stuff which are not necessarily related to the content of the game. So we wanted to use this, and actually let me leave this, and actually I'm going to change it. Instead of doing this, I'm going to say this is an invite for everyone. We're going to do something social. Let's say in Agatha. And let's go and have, since I have all my teammates here who are partying and revering. So let's say we're going to have a dance party in Agatha. So let's see if that works. I'm going to recall there.
Can I make a formal request for a new title called Dance Commander?
Dance Commander. I like it.
Yeah?
It's a good title.
You Electric Six fans know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that can be arranged. So there you go. So dance party in Test Live Agatha, people. If anybody is on Test Live actually right now, you should be able to use the social window and just look at my invitation, right-click my name, and just meet up on me, and then you'll be able to come to my instance, and we'll be able to start dancing like crazy.
You're a GM, so they can't see it.
Huh.
No, we should be able to see the invitations here from the GM, don't they?
Oh, okay. There's just a FIFA that's in that you could.
Katarina made a good point, and the ability to meet up on the person through the social window.
Yeah, it's
That'd
there.
be cool. Yes, there you go. Awesome. See, they got
We
this.
thought of it.
Uh-huh. So yeah, that's exactly how it works. So this is the only dance I know how to do in real life, so I'll do that.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah, if I'm actually like Andrew has a good point that I'm not completely sure if it works if I'm because I'm a GM, but you should be able to. Let me know actually if you guys just try. And I say, oh look at that, yo streams looking for tourist party. This is awesome. So people have started using. But if any of you want to try and right-click my name and see if you can meet up, because you can see this is what happens. Like so, I can click them and I'll be able to invite them to my group. I'll be able to send a message. I'll be able to meet up on them directly. So making very easy. Okay, so Zavla is saying you can't actually see it because I'm a GM. Well, look what I'll do. I'll un-GM because here you can't kill me. So far. Thanks.
So are we're basically replacing LFG with this?
Yeah, this is going to be LFG, so it's no more.
LFG is gone.
And nobody will miss it because nobody used it. I know. So there you go. So let me see. I might have to.
There it is. I see it.
So now you should be able to see me. Yay! So there you go. this is it for the social window. So I hope you guys will enjoy all of this.
Yeah, we're really hoping that the all the social groups like the Sanctuary, the radio stations that we have, all those great party people to get together and use this.
I think it'll be great, like,
Yeah.
new mess and all those things. Like, you can start advertising for this, just tell people, like, even the command, like, chat join, new mayor, like, will help you out, and you can keep advertising for this. There will be a rolling version of the social window, so like your advertising is only going to be there for a couple of hours, so that to make sure it doesn't get spam, you don't get things that last for too long. But if anything happens, if you're doing a party and 2 hours later it's still going, you can feel free to just put it back in there, and then you'll have the more relevant should always be like to the top and all those things. So look at this, is working. People are coming.
It's people.
And
It's a great dance
I'm really I'm hoping this is going to be used and its purpose is going to be there. All right, so let's see. When is all this coming?
Yeah.
So
they
It's a
want to
big
know
question.
they want to know the exact day.
well, the exact day, I'm not going to give you the exact day,
it's a
just
good idea.
to prevent marketing to lose their hair by whipping me. But it will be coming next week though. We still we have a couple of quirks that we want to make sure is completely ironed out. But as you can see, pretty much everything is working. We're fairly happy with it. We have a lot of polish to things. Like we looked at a lot of your feedback. Like particularly actually talking about the New York raid, I forgot to mention. I know a lot of the people who tried the New York raid, the Flappy raid. On test live thought it was too easy. It was really in there for us to test the mechanic to make sure things really worked. It wasn't really using kind of the right numbers. We've tweaked all this now, so the fight is going to be actually a challenge. The fight is going to have an enrage timer, like everything as anticipated. It's meant to be slightly harder than the New York raid. But it's still an elite version, so it's not going to be impossible for all of you guys in 10.5. You will find just an okay challenge, I think. There's going to be reason for you to do. There's going to be like things to farm, not necessarily just progression based. And the nightmare version of all the raids will be coming up. So in the second part of issue 12, in a little while. But yeah, issue 12 will be coming. So middle of next week. We're going to have
Narrowing it down.
the only thing which is not going to be part of that first part of issue 12 is going to be the nightmare version of the dungeon. It will be coming 1 week later. We just want to give everybody a chance to go through the elite dungeon, start learning the basic part of the mechanics, and start getting some of the upgrades, particularly to the Aegis, because you are going to need that time anyway to be able to do the nightmare dungeons. And we really want to make sure the nightmare dungeon is a challenge. We liked how the penthouse was received, those things, so we want to make things a little bit more hardcore. It's going to be nightmare. It's going to be called nightmare for a reason. So we're making sure we got it right. So we just wanted to delay this by a week to make sure it was ready. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I have.
All you got?
We have one more surprise, I think, for you. We have actually one more giveaway.
Well, I do have a couple questions.
Oh, question first.
Some questions. Yeah, so let me go ahead and open the raffle.
Yay!
Yeah, because we got a collector's edition of issue 12 to give away. I hope you guys can hear me, because I have no idea. Alright, so our raffle is open. All you gotta do is type !raffle. It's that simple. We'll give away. We'll pick a winner.
Yay! Waffles.
There was a couple of questions about the weekly cap. We do have a weekly cap, and I think maybe it was misunderstood. You should spend your tokens, so you're not affected by the weekly cap. You will still be affected.
So
by
let me show you. Like I can show you in that directly. You can see on screen. So the way it works, you can see there are two type of caps in there. The amount cap that you have, like the black bullion. This is a total cap. It's not a weekly cap or anything. It just means that as soon as you have 2,000 or 2,400 black bullions, you won't be able to earn more until you've spent some of them. You went below the cap. So in this sense, like, it's really not changing that much in the way black bullion works. You'll always be able to do everything that you want. We're just making sure that you can't, get
Okay.
20,000 of them,
So-
some players have, that put us into trouble, in the future. So we're making ourselves a little bit more future-proof by doing this. The weekly cap that we have is really only affected with the Mark of the Pantheon, that you're only going to be able to get 240. So at the end of the week, if you have reached that cap, you'll have to wait before you can start earning more.
Right.
If you spend more than 3 weeks earning this currency and not spending it, you won't be able to earn any more. The same as the total cap. You won't be able to start earning more, but it won't go toward your weekly cap. It will just be like, start spending some so you can start getting to your weekly cap, and then all of the item costs a lot less than 600. So it's just don't hold it, and it's at the beginning you guys will be spending it fairly quickly, but I'm sure a year from now you guys might start saying, okay, I've got everything I want. So you will. But the good thing about this, it means a year from now when we start going to new things, we'll be able to say, okay, the maximum people will have is going to be, they're going to have 600 stored, so they might be able to get 5 pieces directly on day one, but after that they're going to have to still go through the content, which is, as a designer, very valuable.
So when does this reset? Each week, is it a specific day? Or
Yeah, on Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning every week, it's when the caps are going to reset.
Same time as your weekly challenges as well.
Yeah. And you can just open up in the challenges, you'll actually see we're actually showing in there when the timers are about to reset. So you can see on the day, and you can see on a daily basis, on a hour basis.
So talismans you get from NPC quest rewards. Will those be able to be bumped to 10.6 plus?
Yeah. Any custom item will be able to be upgraded to
Okay.
10.7.
Yeah, custom is the keywords on your gear. So look at it. If it's customs, you will always be able to upgrade it. If it's not, that's
Just
the
as
end of
is.
that progression.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we have quite a few people entered in our raffle. We can see who our winner is, who wins a collector's edition
Waffles.
of this. If I do this properly, let's draw a winner.
Oh my God, I'm being ground.
Synchronized as well.
Yeah, we're using the shoes.
I love those shoes.
Wow, this is awesome.
Let's see.
I'm not feeling claustrophobic out, which is
Oh.
cool.
Insane_TSW.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats, insane TSW.
Well, it's spelled slightly different. It's not A-N. Never mind. Just never mind. Never mind. Oh my goodness. Okay, so congratulations. You're our winner for a collector's edition of issue 12. I will send you a message.
You'll get that scorpion.
Yes.
Yay.
That scorpion is awesome.
Let me get out of
By the
this
way.
weird grind party, and then so you can see the scorpion right there. So this is the reward of the collector's edition. So congrats,
Woot.
Miss Insane. You just got this. I don't know why I said Miss Insane. Mr. Insane.
Miss Insane.
Mrs.
I don't know. Maybe Mrs. Not
Insane
my
person.
business. You know?
Insane TSW person.
Angelique. I believe.
And there you go. Well, I think we have one final
Oh yeah, you
surprise
gotta, we do. We actually
for
we
you
do.
guys.
I'll pop it on the screen. I'll let you guys check it out.
Yay! So this is the comic book for issue 12. It's setting up the story a little bit. A return of John.
He doesn't seem happy.
He's not happy. I think the way you left him in issue 11 was he was not impressed. And so yeah, this is setting up the mood of what you're going to find in the dungeon. You've seen some of the bosses. I think I showed in the previous stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's everything for.
Look at back to your pretty faces so I can see you. We really appreciate you guys joining us for this kind of a two-parter here for issue 12. We're really excited about it. We'll see you next week during one of the days of the week. It'll be live, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. We're gonna go back to our twice a month schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna be back every couple of weeks. Josh will be back, I think, in the next stream. So you're gonna go back into talking less about numbers and more about story.
Less not Josh.
Let's not. Well,
So-
we've had a great time
Yeah.
with you joining us.
Thank
Well,
you.
you'll
I'm
be
glad
back.
to be here.
Yeah.
You'll be back. And we have to get you on Twitter so they can stalk you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, start using that social media.
That'd be
guess.
As always, you can catch us on the different social media channels, things. We have our website. We just put up our articles about issue 12. And thanks everyone for watching. We will see you again next